Hey guys, welcome to the UpSet podcast. This evening we're talking about the gift of giving. Coming up next. Hey. Once again, welcome back to the UpSet podcast. We're so happy that you tune in this Sunday. We know you're probably watching the game too, but it's okay. We're happy that you're still going to hang out with us as well. And here's the rest of the crew for the evening. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
Marlena, you guys are muted, all of you.
I know, right? I see lips moving and nothing hearing nothing.
I was like, what are you guys saying? Is it me?
I was saying hello. Happy Sunday.
I was muted too, because I muted.
We're muted. Both
I don't want any more mistakes.
Because Tosh made me laugh, and I didn't want to laugh.
So it was funny because I was going to be like, you know how they say, I can't hear you. How are you doing? You know, but I'm glad you guys came in. How was everyone's week?
I had a wonderful week at PELC. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
It was. Yeah, I can't believe just a week ago this time we were there.
I was not
in the program.
I don't know what you guys are talking
that
about.
wasn't there either.
Oh, okay, so it's me and you, Pat. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know.
But yeah, it's just amazing how time just goes by so fast. Like we were there, we were there till Wednesday, and then here we are back into that. But it was great. I told Tally, since he wasn't going to be here with us this evening, I just have to talk behind his back because some of you may know that Tally was one of the presenters during the PELC conference. He talked about ministering to the marginalized communities. And let me tell you, I mean, this community knows already. You see Tally here every week or so, and you already know the wealth of knowledge that he has to share. But just seeing him in that format, you know, with his power, we're familiar with those PowerPoints or you know.
Did it jump out?
And seeing him standing there engaging this, you know, large audience, you know, for a seminar, it was a nice crowd. I just sat there like, I don't know. I just felt so proud. I'm like, how am I proud? Like, you know, like I felt proud. I'm sitting there like, I guess he was like, was she still smiling back there? But it was so well received by so many. And I mean, we tell Tally this all the time. He thinks he retired, but he's just starting with part number 2. Because this was definitely his wheelhouse. He already has that teaching part of him. But just seeing him in that element and responding to questions and really being able to give people practical responses, it was just, and people were being vulnerable. Tally has this way of just making people just
tell everything.
Give up their life, you know, the FBI is coming
in
at
that
you.
session, you know. But anyway, yeah, he did really.
Yeah, I broke in that store. Yeah, I took everything.
There were so many good seminars. I was hoping to come by his way, but I got stuck in one with Jamie Calasar, Dr. Jamie Calasar.
That was good.
And that was on Jesus in politics. Oh my goodness, it was phenomenal. You know, we think of politics in the negative way, but it's also positive things and how it switches negative, you know, because of the flaws of human flesh. But those were two. That one I went to, and then I went to another one the next day, but they were so good. And then they weren't offering the same ones the next day. So, you know,
mixed up. Yeah.
On Monday, you could catch another one on Tuesday. So,
yeah. And they do have, for those, we always get asked this, you know, how can I watch? I think you still can go to pelkpower.com and register to be able to watch all of the recordings. Because no, you have to pay. You have to register. I should say register, meaning
okay.
Right. You have
Never mind.
and I can tell you this.
Nothing is free.
I
get it.
I've been to PELC for years, and this one, of course, I had bought my tickets, everything to go to PELC, but Peter Campbell had passed, and they had it at the same weekend. So
yeah, it was tough.
It's I could tell you watching it. I'm not telling people not to go ahead and get it, but watching it, it's not like being in the room. I mean, but the information is there.
Yeah,
you know,
I want to go back and watch,
it,
even though I was there.
Everyone.
There's some stuff on here that I wish I could copy. You know, they have it set up, the security so set up that you can't really copy it, but I wish I can copy it and get some of those words, use some of those things that they've been talking about this, because the plenaries were just as good as
they were awesome this year. Great topics. And that shows that they're kind of listening. And we always like to shout out our AC people. Dr. Kennedy, D. Robert Kennedy was one of the honorees this year from our Emmanuel Worship Center. Yes. So it was great to see him recognized, and he's retiring at the end of this year. So it's great to see him recognized. Of course, our own Dr. Noah Washington was
my goodness, Dr. Washington.
Tuesday evening. And
I tried to find him, but he was
what
like,
did they say? They said
crowd. I couldn't find him.
They said the sermon had you all up in your feelings.
Listen. And it wasn't letting you go either. It wasn't like for a moment. It was like, listen,
at some point I was just screaming.
You probably didn't even know what he was saying. You just
go ahead, Holy Spirit, go ahead.
Yeah, I think he was having an out of body experience with I mean, a lot of it, you could tell even the emotions were raw for him in the moment and sharing it, but it was really, really powerful message. So we posted a few clips on our AC's Instagram just to give you a little tease of what that was like. So if you want to hear,
that's a bad tease.
Just enough to make you go to pelkpower.com. No, they're not
you can go there, but the one that's on our Instagram and on our page is different because you're in the building. They had their professional cameras just kind of chilling and watching stuff, but in the building with the shouters next to you. Oh no,
that was the goal. That was
awesome. Absolutely awesome.
They say hi to the people. Hello, Fernanda. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Kevin Jackson Sr. Thanks for being here. Hello, Mike Williams. Good evening to you as well. All right, Raphael Suleiman.
All right.
And Miss Rosalie Van Putten, thanks for being here. Good evening. Good evening to all of you.
We're coming in a little slow, holiday season. People are all out.
That's the football. But
podcasters are out.
We got football. We got the holiday season. You know, we're just happy we showed up, right?
Work parties, church parties.
Yeah.
I have to say, it's like the busiest time of the year, but it's still my favorite. Like, I love it all. I mean, I realize I can't do it all, but I love all of the chaos.
You know, I never. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I just thought
I didn't never liked Christmas until some years back.
Really?
Never liked Christmas. For some reason I didn't. I know I put a post out some time ago. I don't like claymation. I don't like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't like any of those things. No, because I really don't know why, but this is the season I'm going to break that. This is the season I'm going to watch all those claymation movies and whatever. And if I'm in the crazy house, y'all just know where to come find me.
I was going to say, do you need to like have like a therapy blanket or something? Like, don't they have one
of those heavy blankets or something?
I still watch them as adults. I mean, it's the season.
I love Christmas. I love Christmas. It's just different. Bye.
I was podcast.
That was Jasmine. She's like, bye, Dad. I'm like, but I love Christmas now. I mean, I do. Over maybe the past 5 or 6 years, I love Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to put up this. Yes.
Yeah, I was about to say,
we see that prayer request for your husband. Do you want to pray, Marlena?
Yeah. Let's pray. God, we are so grateful to be able to come before you, Lord, and we know you to be a healer. Yeah. God, we pray for Brother Van Putten right now, Lord, who's in the hospital. We pray that you will heal his body. He's your servant. You said that you are the God who heals thee.
Yeah.
And so, Lord, we trust you to heal him. We know you can speak it. You can work through the doctors and the medications. You have multiple ways of healing. We just trust that you will do it. And be with Sister Van Putney. She is by her husband's side. It's very stressful going back and forth to the hospital. So help them, God, at this time. And for all who are on the line and have loved ones who are sick in our churches, Dr. Barry Black and so many others, God, just heal them, God, and be with those families that are by their side. We trust you. We love you. We know you're going to do it. In your name we pray and trust
Jesus'
you.
name.
Amen. Amen. Thank
You
you.
know, she's the one that's her. She's the one that got me at 15, 16 years old to preach for my first time at her church in Springfield. It used to be called Springfield Gardens SDA Church. And now it's what's his name? Wow, it used to be youth director Ridley. Now it's Ridley's church.
Jason Ridley.
Oh, Jason.
Church. Yep.
I saw Jason too.
Yep.
I didn't speak.
I saw him as well.
She said it's not Christmas without Snoopy and the gang.
I'm telling you.
Somebody said if Pat says he doesn't like Charlie Brown Christmas,
he should talk to Dr. Defoe. I agree.
That is definitely a classic.
Hello, Dave.
You know, I don't think I've ever actually seen it.
What?
All the time.
You gotta check it. Charlie Brown.
I've seen like clips of it.
Yeah, but
I've
first
never
start to
seen
finish.
the whole thing. Like I
Amy, how
know.
long you been in the U.S.?
Year and a half.
A year and a half.
Officially?
Okay,
Now,
it's still
yeah.
fresh. It's still fresh.
Yeah, this is the year.
But back and forth.
Oh. Mama Rosie said that y'all got her crying, and I thought it was for laughter, you know, but it wasn't.
Oh, prayers.
We love you. We love you.
I know it's stuff. I wanted to mention Pine Forge Academy was at Carnegie Hall last night.
Last night, wow.
Yeah, last night they were performing. I mean, they said Shirley Caesar was there, Hezekiah Walker. There were a lot of big headliners at this concert. And I don't know. I mean, I would love to believe we're not being biased, but from the reports that I heard, it seemed like between Shirley Caesar and Pine Forge, like those were the ones that were most well received by the audience, the live audience. That's what I heard. I'm just reporting what I heard.
Did you say bias?
So, you know, if we're up there with Shirley Caesar, I mean, we're doing something in terms of response. So,
this is not an ad, but send your kids to Pine Forge.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. I know we got a show. But if you had gone to Pete's funeral or his reunion or gathering or whatever, Marlena, guys, this was a life-changing experience. When you saw the gang come together, Pine Forge Academy. I can't count Oakwood yet. You know what I mean? Because it was Pine Forge and Oakwood, but it was the Pine Forge group that came together.
Wow.
It was almost like, here's the saying that's going on. We raised ourselves, or we raised each other. And it wasn't a negative connotation.
Right.
It was whatever you bought for me, I bought for you. You bought for. And I think that's the thing that Pine Forge brings. It brings family. It brings together
lifelong family, not
lifelong,
even after you graduate. Yeah,
that is the biggest fraternity and the biggest sorority you will ever. They could be driving down the street and be like, you know what, I'm lost somewhere. Let me just put in where I am, and boom, there you go. There you go.
And even if you went there just as a 1-year student, I mean, you get that.
You're adopted right in. Yeah.
Yeah, some of them said it. You know, I only came for 1 year, but this is what it is. I love Pine Forge.
Also, we see this comment here from Kevin. Thank you for saying that. To keep the Gwen Foster family in prayer. For those who don't know, Gwen Foster, who used to be, since we're speaking of Pine Forge, she used to. She was the choir director.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, I got so many stories. I need to sit back.
Yeah, and as well as a health ministries director for our conference. And we know Ebenezer. She definitely did so much there with the music program. And so the community is really mourning that loss. I've seen so many of the tributes in terms of her, you know, how much she impacted them musically. And so we definitely want to keep the Foster family in our prayer. I just hate hearing about loss.
Too much. Every time you open it up, you see more.
Yeah, but I do find joy And when people share their tributes online, I feel like that kind of helps soften it a little bit, because it's like, this person lived a very impactful life. And I think it admonishes us all, to consider our own dash. Like, what are we doing with the time that we've been given? So,
You got it. You got it. Go ahead. Go ahead into the altar call. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. We're having a good time here. We got to get into our topic for the evening.
No, let's just keep going. Never mind.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's just keep going. But let me tell you this. When I think about Ebenezer and the Messiah that they put on.
Oh, yeah. And they did one yesterday.
They did it without
a tribute to her. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And Ebenezer Church, the Messiah.
That's amazing. Amazing.
Absolutely.
Mike Williams, give me a call, man. I'm okay. I'm not shaking. I'm good. Charlie Brown. I love Charlie Brown.
What's funny is, though, I have the Snoopy thing on my watch, and I thought it was so cute. Well, you can't really see it, but
for Christmas,
they have it for the Apple Watch, like the Snoopy.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's
I
so
like
cute.
stuff.
Good. Join the gang, Amy. Start off with the music. There's a
Oh, I know the music. I'm
okay.
I'm like, but I've never seen it all the way through, and that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Like,
just like the highlights. Yeah,
clips of it, and little things here and there, but I've never
Just pull
seen
it up on YouTube, darling. It's a must see. Must see.
Yeah.
But my favorite, one of my favorite Christmas movies is probably, was it All About Christmas? No, sorry. Ah, dang, and I'm forgetting it now.
And it's your favorite.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. But that like really old one that's like black and white.
Who's the person that's in it? I mean,
I don't even remember right now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, me looking.
I don't remember it, but you'll think of it. It's a Good Life.
I know it, and I know it has Christmas in it.
Thank you.
That's a hint.
Yes.
All right. So since we're talking
to know that I'm not the one who loses my memory.
I'm
maybe younger than me. I'm just glad to know that.
I don't know what's gonna happen when I get older.
Yeah, start writing it down.
A Wonderful Life. Is it
It's a Wonderful Life?
Yes.
That's
oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a feeling than that.
You came through.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It was the prayer. It was the prayer.
That's a great movie.
We help each
That's
other
one
out.
that I would watch, and Home Alone on Christmas.
Oh yes,
Home Alone 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, no. Just Home Alone 1 and 2. Everything after that,
new kid was
Michael Jones is asking if you're talking about Scrooge.
Oh no,
Scrooge is a good movie though.
I'm not a big fan of that actually, or the Grinch. I know I'm gonna get hate for that, but I'm not a big fan of the Grinch movie.
Oh, I like the Grinch.
But I think that's why there's such a plethora of Christmas style movies, because you mix it up. There's some classics and then there's some preferences. Friday After Next.
They're just naming things now. Let's go.
I don't
what
know
are some of your favorite Christmas movies?
Yeah, we'll actually save that for next week, because next week's show we're going to be talking about all things Christmas. So some of your favorite movies, some of your favorite things to do. So you guys start thinking about that. So when we come back next week, I want to see everybody rattling them off. And we may help people create a little playlist for themselves to watch over the holidays by sharing some of our favorites. So, but tonight, one of the things we wanted to focus on during this season, hey, we're Christians. We love the Lord. We often talk about how commercial this season has become, and how we should always point back to the true meaning. And I feel like one of the ways that we can highlight the true meaning is through giving. I mean, we've heard it. It's better to give than to receive. And a lot of times when people are going through the depression during this time of the year and other emotions that are not always positive, one of the ways to lift your spirit is to find ways to give to others, right? And so a lot of times as we're interacting with people, they're like, I want to do something, I just don't know what to do. And so we said, hey, let's help the people out this holiday season and share some ways that we can give back to others. And I mean, this is going to be, how you all, our family does here in the UpSet. We're looking in the comments too for some of the suggestions that about as well, so we can help the community be a little bit more intentional about focusing on giving instead of necessarily receiving. So we broke it up into a few categories of people you can give back to, and then at the end we're going to share some organizations. Some people just really like being able to give to an organization and see how their gifts can go and serve multiple communities. So we'll share all of that in today's show. So first up, guys, let's talk about some of the ways that we can give to strangers. So these are people that we don't know and just encounter. I'll start off with one, and then you guys kind of jump in with some others. And this is one that's become very popular. And that is to pay for someone's order or their meal in the line in front of you. So because it's such a busy time of year, and a lot of us are finding ourselves going through the drive-thru some days just to keep it together, is you can ask to pay for the person's meal behind you. Now, how many of you have ever had that done for you? Any of you?
Never.
Someone did it to me before. Yeah.
Yeah, it happened to me once.
So blessed.
Yeah, it's like, really?
Never happened.
And then I turned around. I was like, oh, we'll do it for the next person behind me. And they had a gigantic order.
Oh,
I know. Sometimes you say, oh man, if I known that, I would have gotten two.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, that's an easy way to give back, and usually it's going to be a reasonable amount, and stuff. For maybe in Pat's case, it's going to be a reasonable amount where you feel comfortable that you're not, stretching yourself too far than you can. But I definitely think that's an effective way, because during this time, pennies are tight, and sometimes people are would love a financial blessing like that. Someone did that for him at Wawa. Cool.
Oh, nice. So I've never had it done to me, but I did do it for someone before.
Okay.
But it was more of like, so they got to the it was at Subway, and they got to the counter, and I don't know if the guy was really all there, but he ordered like a bunch of sandwiches, and then was like looking in his wallet, could not pay, and they were like, well, we can give you like half off or something, but it was so many sandwiches, and he was just like, okay, well, I'll just get one. And then I was like, I think he was homeless or something, I don't know what it was, but it was sad. And I was like, okay, I'll just pay for them. And then they were like, sure. And I was like, yeah. And then I just paid for it, and then I paid for mine, and then I left.
That's nice, Amy.
Very
How much
nice.
were all those sandwiches?
It was a lot, actually.
They're like $10.
It was like 5 sandwiches. Like I was like, he must have been really hungry. Like that's
if
just
he
like
ordered that many,
because he obviously did not have the money for it, and I don't know what he was thinking. Like I was like,
And sometimes
maybe it was I was supposed to be there, so I was like, you know what? Let me just pay for it and move on.
Yeah. That's great. All right, what's next, guys? What's another way we can give to strangers?
Well, before we even do that, one thing, it sets off endorphins. You do acts of kindness. It has a way of improving your mood, has a way of improving your happiness and your self-esteem when you do acts of kindness. And so I think that's an excellent way. I think that we're living in a time now where it's hard to say hi to someone for any other reason, but I think that this season allows you just to say hi to anyone. Hey, season's greetings. Merry Christmas, or Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
So it's easier now to strike up a conversation, even if it's a short conversation. And I think sometimes people are lonely. People are
missing that interaction.
To have that interaction does something for them. So, and I'm a talker, so I'd like to talk to people, and I think that works out.
I like that. And that made me think of something before you said that, Marlena. There's a house that I drive by on the way to the YMCA, and this family has signs in their yard that says things like "You matter," "You're important," and it's so funny. I see it all the time, but every time I pass by and I read it, I feel it. I was like, that is such an impactful way
Power
that they chose
words.
to use the front of their house
Words
to
of
constantly
affirmation. They work.
empower people as they drive by. And you never know when people need to read that. I thought that was a cool way of giving back. And being
And I'd like to say, there every cold night makes me think of the homeless,
Mhm.
because everyone can't make it to the shelters. And
Mhm.
when we can give to them and just basic things to keep them warm, I mean, they're just so grateful. Uh,
Mhm.
every month we go down and take care of the homeless in Kensington every month. And I mean, they're just so appreciative of just even food, a box lunch, anything, gloves, hats, and it's just a beautiful thing. And it reminds me of Proverbs 19:17 that says, "Whoever is generous to the poor lends to the Lord, and He will repay him for his deed."
Mhm.
And so, if even if we just had a one size fits all, just keep some hats in your car, right? And when you
Mhm.
pass people out panhandling or otherwise on the street, just offer them something. And what a good feeling you receive,
Yeah.
when you do good to others.
And let me say this too. I'm a social media guy. Those type of things don't need to be on social media. Just give.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's
Yeah,
good.
you don't need to document everything.
Yeah, you don't got to put out there that this is, you're giving to this person, and or unless you go give them $1 million or your whole check. Don't even. I say that because there are two types of ways that you can build your self-esteem. One is a selfish way that you can. Some people build it. That's a negative way of building it. But the other side of when you do for somebody else, it actually reduces stress.
Mhm.
It just reduces it. I'm sure that when you go in the Kensington area and you see everyone that's there, you wish you could help everybody.
Oh,
You wish you
yes.
could give
Never enough.
everyone, right? And but then when you get back in the car, as pastors or those who give themselves, you're tired, but you're overwhelmed, but you still have this sense of gratitude. You still have this strength, this a sense of doing something for somebody else. So it's a stress reducer to
Mhm.
give. I think so.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, gift certificates.
No, that's a great one. Let's share
Yeah.
that one from Mike Williams. Gift certificates from a fast food place to
Yeah.
give to the homeless. That way, some people don't want to give them money because they don't know if they're
Yeah.
actually going to use it for food.
Mhm.
That way, you can
True.
guarantee that it has
I
to
like
be
that.
spent at
I
that
like that. I'm gonna
establishment. That's
use
a
that.
really good one. That's a
I
really
like
good one.
True.
that. Wow.
Another one that we all could probably do, and I think I might want to do this one, but leaving a note on someone's car, like saying like happy holidays, like those words of affirmation stuff. Like as we were
Mhm.
talking about affirmation, I was like, that's another thing we could do, like
Absolutely.
leaving a little note on someone's car. It's not a ticket, but it's
Like, oh,
it's
yeah.
a it's a nice little note for you to have forever,
Yeah.
hopefully.
And Amy, that could work too for even like if you live in an apartment complex and you just like
Mhm.
put a little sticky on people's doors
Yeah,
or
that's a good idea.
or if you're in
'Cause
an office do
I
that.
don't know my people in my building, but that might be a nice thing for me to do, like,
Don't
just
let
leaving a little note or a candy cane or something.
that lady come outside. Who this for? My husband?
Oh, that is too funny. Um,
That's a good thing though. I like that.
another thing too that's really, because I think about ways that you can give that really doesn't require money. A lot of times people are like, I
Mhm.
can barely take care of myself. I can't get. But there are things that you can do, like what Amy just mentioned, too, with looking at what you have in terms of maybe some gently used clothing, things you can no longer wear, and donating that to like a thrift store or a shelter. And like Marlena mentioned, um, the homeless if necessary. So looking at some of the things you have and you just don't need that other people can benefit from is definitely a way to give back. I know even at the conference office right now, we are collecting gently used clothing for our friends in Ghana because there's a need there. So, and it's great because people are participating. We have 2 bins in the lobby right now, and they're both full. Yeah, they're both full. So, that's something that you can do at your church. You can do at your organization. A lot of times, people are looking to get rid of stuff, and if they know it's a good cause, it encourages them to, go ahead and bring it so that they, they know where it's going to go and how it's going to benefit. So that's really
Oh, and you just reminded me too. Something that my church just did. They did like this shoebox thing where you put like toys in a shoebox for like a kid, and then they send it to kids all over the world who might not have like Christmas gifts or maybe orphans. I don't know exactly, but they don't tell you until like later, like where they send it, but it does go to like a deserving child.
I think I do have that in one of our organizations. So we'll be able to tell those who are interested, like where they can go to get that information. Yeah, I've heard about that one. Yeah, I'm loving it. All right. So we can kind of keep going with some of our another one that I was thinking about while we're all thinking, and this is an easy one, guys. And when we say giving back and acts of kindness, we're talking about something as simple as you're on your way into the store and you see someone pushing their cart and you say, I'll take that for you. It's almost like being intentional, that we're not so consumed with what we have to do, that we're looking around to see how can I help someone else. It can be driving your car and actually letting someone merge in front of you, not speeding up.
That's a real nice thing.
I know, right?
Real nice thing.
That's a no. That's a no.
These are the challenges of giving that we want.
Just because it's Christmas. I'm kidding.
But it's true. People are nicer during Christmas time. People let you in, and I have to remember, my car is in the shop. My windows are dark tinted, so I'm driving my mother's car right now. I just got to remember that my windows are not tinted.
Watch those gestures and those facial expressions.
I'll be like,
don't get shot, Pat.
They can see me. No, but I think that's good too. I think that when you walk outside, there's little things. Can I carry your bag? And and it's the way you say it, where somebody would say, "Oh, that's fine. Yeah, can you help me with this? Can you help me with the other?" We see so many negative things that happen in our world that people want to see kindness. Kindness doesn't even have to be something that we do. It could just be something that we say. Even a nod is good, or a smile is good.
Acknowledgement. You'd be surprised how acknowledgement just goes a long way.
And just think, we should do that every day.
Yes.
Right. And that's the thing, right, Marlena? Like
every day, not just every time.
Marlene, you have to hit us with that.
Yeah, like January, we're like, all right, I'm done with all this giving.
Kindness.
Start with Christmas and continue.
Right. This is encourage us.
It's January. We stop at
we have another suggestion from Donna McAllister. She says, show up at the laundromat or laundry store on Christmas Eve and distribute gift cards to the people that are there.
That's really nice.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea.
That's good.
Yeah, most people don't. Every time I've gone to a laundromat, I have to say, most of the people in the laundromat. Why are you laughing, Marlene?
Not just
no.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. But
I don't know why laundromats sometimes are the most miserable places.
It can be though.
It seems like it just. I know how it is. The laundry, like, oh, gotta drag all of this stuff out to get to the laundry. And so I just see that as being very impactful in a moment where people are probably like would rather be somewhere else doing something else, and someone walks in with a gift card.
None of you ever had your washing machine go bad and you had to go to the laundromat?
Oh yeah, I've been there. So
because my comforter was too big, so I had to go to the laundry.
Listen, what I do when I've been in there, I timed it for the time that you look at the time on there. I'm like, I'll come back if the clothes are gone. They're gone. Okay, I'm just sitting around, just like.
I remember when I was little, though, they would have televisions in there. You watch TV.
Some of them do. There are some high-end
they've
laundromats
elevated.
nowadays,
Yeah,
but some of them are not so nice, of course,
That's when my daughter learned to play the numbers.
Oh, wow.
At 91?
What's at 9?
At the age 9.
Oh, 9. Oh, that's an exclamation. Okay.
Wow, at the laundromat.
In the laundromat, everything be going on in the laundromat. They'd be like, yo, what number you playing today? Now, that's not the lotto. I don't think that's the lotto she's talking about. I think it's the numbers. Oh, wow.
I told myself my next apartment, I'm getting a washing machine because I can't take it anymore.
But Amy, where you from? You don't do the skirt. You don't do that?
You're funny. No, but no, for real. When I was younger, my mom, she used to make us like wash our socks on our hands, but just the socks, because for some reason they would always get dirty, and I would tell her like I didn't do anything. It's not like I took off my shoes, but the dirt was so dirty. The dirt the dirt made my socks so dirty that it just like I had to
in a basin. You had to put it in the basin.
Yeah, I had to put them in a basin. I had to scrub them with my hands. So I've had
that washboard.
Yeah,
get a little.
I didn't do the washboard, but I definitely did it on my hands, and
then washing all the socks. All right.
Sorry, Amy. I'm just.
You talked about Pat. It doesn't have to be doing anything. You can be saying anything, and I have to say, sometimes I'm just walking along doing whatever, and if someone stops me and says to me, "Oh, I like your outfit," or "I like your," sometimes it always takes me by surprise. Like that someone's stopping to acknowledge it, and it does feel good that someone who could have walked by you and it wouldn't have meant anything takes the time to just give a compliment. So even if we, as we're going about our day and we see something, a genuine, needs to be genuine.
Let it be the truth, right?
Let's not go out here lying in the streets. Okay. But if you see, because sometimes we'll see something like, oh, that's nice, and we'll say it to ourselves. But to go ahead and verbalize it to someone else would be a nice way to just, uplift someone's day, make them feel a little extra good about how they're feeling. I mean, I know for me, it's always like, oh, really? Like you thought enough to just talk to a stranger to tell me that. And I really appreciate it. So I always say I want to give back in that way and be able to offer just a compliment.
Yeah. And you know what else would be nice? I remember when nursing homes were more open and you could go. I mean, now, we play with COVID and things like that. So just depends on if you're allowed. But even in the hospitals, nursing homes and hospitals, just going to people's rooms and giving them a little something, even if it's a card or, a little candy cane, something small, but that will make them feel good because they're not at home. They're sick, and any kind gesture would be so open. We used to go caroling in the nursing center. Man, it was so much fun, and the patients would love it. And we just walked down the halls just singing over and over.
Nice. I love that. I also have participated in several nursing home ministries, and sometimes you see, it's like feast or famine. In some cases, some individuals have a lot because their family visits them often, and some of them don't get visitors at all. But regardless, I've seen people have like a whole cabinet full of lotions or whatever, and you still wrap your lotion and give it to them, and they receive it as though they've never seen this body. It's just that act of receiving, someone thinking of you enough to give that gift makes a real impact. And I think a lot of times we get caught up on what it is we're giving the people. But they appreciate being thought of, like you're saying, really, just because
it's a thought that counts.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we talked about strangers, people we don't know. Let's bring it home a little bit to some of those people that are in our circles, like our friends and our family.
You are lying. Natalie just goes, where's my gift?
Yeah. And my problem, I'm not my problem. My challenge is that her birthday is the day before.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
my
Natalie.
goodness.
So I be trying that 2-for-1 joint. That
Oh,
just
no.
Oh, that don't work.
Marlena said, "Oh
Oh,
no,
no.
Mm-mm.
I'm
No,
speaking for that.
no,
I know that doesn't work.
no,
I feel bad for people who born on Christmas. I'm sorry, but
You're thinking one,
I
right?
mean, even though we know Christmas, the 25th isn't Jesus' real birthday, it still is celebrated on that day. So, I mean, it always trumps every. I mean, you can't be
I
mad.
know,
You
right?
can't be mad when you
Like,
come second fiddle to Jesus, right? So,
Right. It's not Jesus' real day. It's my real day.
right.
your birthday.
That's the only time we put a little shade on Jesus. Right? That's a shame, but no.
man.
But even with our families, like sometimes we're like, oh, I don't have money, need to give them this, give them that. Sometimes just sending a family member or like a close friend maybe you haven't talked to in a while, just a little thinking of you card or a text. I mean, like I said, these are things that we should be doing year round, but particularly this holiday season, as you're thinking about gearing up for kind of creating this type of habit for yourself, that's an easy thing to do. I'm just thinking of you cross my mind. That's one of those things I'm trying to be a little bit more intentional about. You know how the Holy Spirit sometimes puts someone heavy on your mind, you don't know where it comes from, it's like out of the blue.
That's the time.
I know, I was like, oh, I don't think this is coincidence.
That's the
And I
time.
try to like text the person and or in some cases send a card. Some of us aren't texters, send a card or whatever it is, just let the person know you're on my mind or I'm praying for you, thinking of you is a great way to reach out to friends and family during the holidays.
That's true.
Family can be difficult sometimes. Well, for my family, we grew up very grateful for whatever we received. It wasn't like, even if you didn't like it, you still smile. So
Thank you.
I remember buying a gift for one of my little people in my family, and when I got her a gift, she's like,
like, I know I'm supposed to say thank you, but
I thought it was a great gift. She's like,
what is this?
I was like,
Just
that's
make
it.
sure to
Money.
put
You
the
just get the money this time.
The return receipt, the gift receipt in there.
Yes, the gift receipt.
You get a gift card, dude. I'm not going through this again.
No, this is why I asked for lists, because it's too hard to give people stuff.
Those lists can be crazy. Like, who's paying all that?
They
Yeah.
can get crazy sometimes. That's true, but
I agree.
it does help.
And I think that's why it's good to think of things other than like physical things that you can do. I've seen the suggestion of just volunteering to do a particular chore in the family member or friend's house that, like, oh, let me come over and wash your dishes. I mean,
I never
What is
heard
something?
I've never heard of that, Tosh.
Pat, what is something that that your wife tells you to do all the time?
That she asked me to do tells me or asked me? Because
Ask you.
there's no
Ask you.
ask. There usually tell me to do. What it tells me to do. Honestly, it would be the dishes. I'm not a dishes guy.
So
period.
there you go.
That's why you're
your
right.
What is that with guys, Pat? What is that?
I don't know, but I do know
with my
men.
son.
We had a conversation about this at my church. All the men were together talking about washing dishes. Some of them do dishes anytime there's one in the sink. They're washing.
Yeah.
Mine came
makes
from I've
sense.
never seen my dad wash dishes, and so I'm like, I don't wash dishes, and every now and then I'd be like, I'm gonna wash it and see what happens. So I wash it.
So, this is something.
And then she
Nah.
washes it?
No, she's like, thank you, Joe. Great job.
I
wash things like, no, you did not wash the dishes. No. I'm gonna do it. Not tonight, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna do it. I don't know why. I just don't.
I threatened to go to paper
I don't like the
products.
dishes
You
either,
just will use
so
paper
we're on the
products
same
all the
page.
time.
I was traumatized as a child.
What you mean?
Washing dishes?
Washing
Yes.
dishes.
My
Yeah,
dad was a cook, and he would literally create a storm.
Use everything. Yeah.
Yes. And then he would just be like, "Kids, come wash the dishes." And we were like, "Oh gosh." So we had to It was hard.
Mm-hmm.
I
used to
prefer to do the
rotate.
bathroom. I prefer
Oh,
to
you
do
prefer
the
the bathroom? Oh, you can have
Really?
that. I'd
Yeah,
Me
rather
you know,
wash
too.
dishes
I actually
any day.
prefer
you
the
said you'd
bath.
rather wash dishes.
Any day than
Yeah,
clean the
I
bathroom.
don't mind doing the bathroom. I mean, but dishes, I don't know. To me, I had an uncle that had taught me to do it, and I had a system, and wash, and for me, even when I do wash them, I don't. When I put them in the dishwasher, I still wash them. I don't know why. I wash them and then put them in the dishwasher.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
it's too much. You got to
Yes,
get the right. You
that's
got to
dope.
get the right
That is too much.
detergent. But
All right,
now we see why that is a good gift, right? Because a lot of people dread washing. So
Washing
you can do
dishes.
something that maybe you enjoy that that family or family member or friend doesn't like to do. Then it's a win-win, right? So
Yeah, or
this is
taking out the
good.
I'm just making
garbage.
sure Natalie not listening to the show.
You don't look at tonight's show. Don't do that.
We're trying to strip people of the excuses of why they can't give back because they don't have money, and these are things anybody can do, right? We're
No,
trying to give you some ideas.
That's right. What my family did also, I'm talking about the larger family. We all have numbers. So the oldest cousin in that one generation is whatever, and everybody has numbers. So in this season, we call each other by their numbers and not by their names. So that's what
Oh,
makes it really. It just makes it fun. There's no money, no nothing. But hey, well, I appreciate you, number 3, and I appreciate you, number 4, and number 5.
Interesting.
So it just makes everybody like, okay, so you're the 6th cousin, one of those type of things. That's good.
yes.
I saw something about pajamas. What was
Christmas.
that? What was
Yeah,
that?
so this man Button says we were guaranteed a pair of pajamas. That Sears catalog wish list meant nothing. You can write down whatever you want, but just know you're getting pajamas. Okay. I guess it was fun to dream though, right?
Right.
I'm sure they look forward to those new pajamas every year.
Y'all never got circulars in the mail?
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, man. We just used to
Absolutely.
say, I want this.
Mhm.
I want that.
Mhm. Yeah, that was the
But what I
thing.
do with my godchildren now, I counted up all my godchildren. I don't know why I did that. And I'll say, send me what you want. Cash App, Cash App. See,
Oh,
not what it is. Send me the Cash App. I'm thinking they're going to say $10,
it's what?
No, they've leveled
Crazy.
up.
They don't know those small numbers.
What? I was like, where's the decimal point on this?
Like, what am I gonna get with that? Yeah, that's how they these days. All right, guys, we talked about strangers, we talked about friends and family, and we kind of talked a little bit about community, but we're talking specifically like your neighborhood, the spaces where you live. And I noticed that I've seen this idea before, but one of my neighbors, I noticed they had a little table by their door, and it was a sign and it was a basket in there. And I'm assuming it was for delivery. During the holidays, you're delivering a lot of packages, Amazon, FedEx, all these places, UPS, they're all coming to your door. And so they have like something in the basket for the delivery person to be able to take with them. That's a nice way to kind of have a place where you can give back to those who are servicing you during the holidays, and I think that's a nice touch, especially when you have the Amazon man or woman coming to your house every day.
This is terrible here. I'm just getting triggered right
I
now.
mean, the paychecks.
I am, man. They just come all the time. I'm just looking at them like, yo, you live here?
I feel like the Amazon people love Christmas because
they get that overtime.
They get that.
But they're probably tired and they're not spending time with their family. So they may need a little pick me up, and what you can give them to say thank you. We know it's hard out there.
It was last week, and I heard the trash man pull up, and I was like, I didn't put it in the trash, right? And I was about to run downstairs and flag him down, and I saw him walking in my yard. I was like, what is he doing? He came and got my trash can, dumped it. Yeah, and then he left a card from the company, because I went out, I was like, I said, he pulled out my can for the driveway is right there in my place. You have it in the front, and he pulled it out, and then he Pat, don't even think.
I know, right? You see,
I don't even know who the trash man is.
Spotlight you.
It's terrible. Stop, Pat. And so he left a card, and I went out. I said, that was the nicest thing. I've never seen it done before. I probably never will, but he gave the card. And I thought that was so nice.
So when do they come? When do they come on what days?
They come on Monday mornings, but early.
Early Monday morning. You in
It's
the cul-de-sac, aren't you? In the
It's kind
cul-de-sac?
of early. Look, it's a kind of early, Pat, that you run out with your hair rollers in and your robe. So there's no beauty contest. It's real early. But I
It's like Merry Christmas with all you.
Yeah, lady. Yeah,
No.
but, I remember we had this conversation, like maybe like 2 years ago, and we talked about this, guys. And I started giving, like, having like the big candy canes that you buy from the store. They gives the big candies in it, your Kisses, M&Ms, and all those things. And like wherever I would go, if I went to the bank, I gave it to the person at the bank or the cleaners, wherever I went. And man, they were just so grateful. Yeah. So at one time, the young lady at the bank, sometimes she seemed a little off or something. I don't know. She was stressed. But after I gave her that candy cane, she was so nice to me. So now every year I take the bank, a little thing.
That's a good place to be nice to.
Yeah. And it was just in there too. I think it was Thursday. And I took them a pack of cookies. Man, they were so excited. It's like, Mr. Bro, you are the nicest. And they always said nice. They said, we love your positive energy. You are so nice.
All about that. Yeah, see?
Because they don't know what I do.
Yeah, but you're not the average customer that comes in there. That's what they're saying. You stand out because usually people are coming there demanding something.
It totally changed relationships.
Every Christmas, I give my mail lady a gift, some money, and I remember her name because I remember Richard Smallwood, and her last name is Smallwood. So every time I give it to her, I say, "This is for you, Miss Smallwood," and she's like, "You know my name?" Every year she does the same thing every year. But
no, right?
Because I could remember.
You know where I live? No.
Oh man, but it's true. They just to lighten up somebody's day just by saying, "Hey, here, thank you." Here's the same lady. She could drop the packages down by the box. She doesn't. She brings it to the house every single time.
Yeah, and sometimes those types of jobs are thankless jobs. Let's be honest. Because, like, for instance, with our trash pickup and even recycling, we're not usually out there when they come to get it. We don't really see them like that. Mailmen, sometimes they're not. They come while we're at work, and so they're just plowing through the course of their day. And a lot of times, everyone takes for granted that they're going to do a good job, and so just affirming them, and I think is a nice touch.
Yep,
definitely.
Yeah, maybe you can leave a little note on your mailbox too.
Yeah,
for you, mailman. Or
yeah, we did that. We did that one year. We had a gift card and a little note, and the next day or a couple of days later, he left a thank you note in our mailbox. Thank you.
Nice.
When are you guys putting it up? When you putting it out?
That's so wrong. See, that's why people
that's the neighborhood
hesitate to be kind because they feel like they're going to be.
Marlena said the
Christmas thief that comes around.
There's another thing that a lot of people do during the holidays, but it never gets old, I don't think. So you can still do it, volunteering at a food bank.
Yes.
People are animal shelter. People like to do that during the holidays. I think that's always a nice thing to do. Like, even, some other time, not always
Not
during
just
the holidays.
Yeah.
No more animal shelters for me, Amy. Sorry.
What? Why?
Every time I go in there, I come home with an animal. I'm not doing it anymore.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
You got 9
for that
cats,
one.
right? Yeah, 10 dogs, right?
Yep. Don't do it.
Yeah, I love volunteering at food banks. I feel like I need to do a better job at looking up where they take place. Like, I always think, oh man, if I known, I would have done that. So I definitely love doing that. I like the interaction with people, and I like that part.
And it also makes us grateful for what we have.
Right. Perspective.
Sometimes we're not even grateful until we see what somebody else is going through. And I think that's the biggest wake up call of all. You want someone to do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
Yeah, absolutely.
In any fashion.
Without a doubt.
And just think, guys, that's why I love Jesus so much. I mean, he's always like that, all the time, just doing extra, right, for people, and he says for us to go and do likewise.
Exactly.
On a regular basis, just love people and take care of them. That it's just a wonderful thing. Transforming, you know.
Yeah.
Know that people care about you who don't even know you.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. That's what the bottom line is. We're wrapping up here, but you know, a lot of us, the last few weeks of the year are when we're taking our vacation. We're not in the office, but for some of us, this is our last week in the office before. So I wanted to share a couple of ways that you can give back to your coworkers and in your workspace. I know some of you guys are looking. I know we have a unique situation.
I feel like the Scrooge today, but I'm
and I do see this happening in a lot of different organizations. You know, like you bring in, Pat, you used to do this a lot when you worked in the office. You bring in treats for the office. We would come in, we see our little Dunkin' Donuts. And just so you know, we haven't had any since you left. No, Swin.
Please,
we had it once, or twice.
No, but it wasn't from a coworker. It was from.
I got you one. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I love doing it, and I think Jackie was the only one that got the big pastry one.
You started to learn what we liked, and you would like customize the order, and then we rushed down to make sure we got our favorite donut. You should be paying that forward. I'm sorry. Maybe I should be bringing it.
Yeah. Now
what's the one? Leave the light is on. What's the Krispy Kreme?
Oh yeah.
And you know, just the other day I was saying that I wanted a donut.
Did I say that?
I was thinking about those donuts. Well, I can say, you know, as I continue to work a little bit as a physical therapist at the hospital, there's so many like nurses that are extremely helpful for me. And what I'll do, I'll just buy a pack of cookies, like like the big packs. It might be it's $10 or less. And I would give it to several of the nurses stations with a little bow on it. And I would say, just from physical therapy, we just want to say thank you. They love it.
Of course.
I mean, it's the best thing, and especially at our hospital, because it's not like a lot of traffic comes inside, because it's a rehabilitation hospital for drug and alcohol abuse. So you there for a purpose, right? It's not like the family and visitors are coming in, so when they get a gift like that, it is so nice. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And as Pat says, I mean, you just get that great release of endorphins. You feel so good. And that's what Jesus created. That's why giving is so wonderful. You're blessed to give more than receiving, And
I used to be a music therapist, recreation therapist. So when you do your physical therapy, it has nothing to do with the gift of giving. Do you go with the whole group when you're in there planning sessions for that one patient also?
So when I'm in like a acute rehab, that's with the hospital, yes. But this hospital setting is not
different.
Okay. Case managers are different because they're dealing with, placement, trying to help the person go to the next place and understand, because it's all about them getting off of their drug addiction. So my part is strictly health related.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
the gift of giving. I'm sorry, I don't know where I went with that.
No, you just got curious.
That's all right. That's all right. But listen, to my patients, I will give them the candy cane full of candy. Man, they are so happy. Even when I do it, when I'm discharging them, they are so thankful. I'm telling you, little gestures go far. And someone would say, Miss Marlena, I don't like a lot of people around here, but you, I love. I love you.
Oh my goodness.
That's important.
All right. Okay. I promise. This week, I'm gonna wash the dishes 2 days in a week.
2 days? Okay. We're making progress.
2 evenings.
2 evenings.
No. 1 day, 2 times.
Oh my God.
There's going to end up being 2 dishes.
Right?
You keep going down.
You'd be like, I got that. I got that.
That's gonna be my gift. That's gonna be my gift.
Yeah.
I know we're leaving. We're getting ready to go, but
Yeah.
I know we had another section that we talked about in the green room.
Mm-hmm.
We got to give to ourselves.
Yeah. It's okay.
It is okay.
Self-care.
It's okay.
I gotta tell you guys this. My church always treats me well for Pastor Appreciation Month. They blow my mind every year, and they will like hold up a basket, and all the members will come around and put things in the basket. So this year they didn't do that, right? They were real silent. I was like, okay. You know, well, we are in a building fund, Jesus. I will not be selfish. They're using their monies. You know, I'm pushing.
Mhm.
So I said, I can't be greedy, God. You know, my head elder, he won't even look at me. It wasn't like he was, it was no words of affirmation. And words of affirmation is like my love language. So that would have been good enough, Tosh, if I just,
Right.
we appreciate you, right? And so a few members came, you know, gave me, said, Pastor, I just want to thank you. So I said, Lord, you're so good. You had like about 5, 6 people give me something nice. I said, God, that was so nice. Well, this Sabbath, right? It was our music ministry had. They had Dr. Stoddard to come and preach on worship and praise. And so Errol Starter. And so it was great. It was great, right? And so when I finished my pastoral announcements, they said, Pastor, stay right there. Don't move. They caught me completely off guard. They moved it back to Christmas because they normally give me a gift for Christmas, but they came out with flowers and a big basket, like a spa basket with a gift certificate to go to a spa, and then all these things in this huge basket. And then there was the money basket, right? That they stood and everybody came. I mean, guys, I almost cried. It was so wonderful. And I said, God, I am so grateful that you taught me to be humble. What if I was one of those crazy pastors? Ain't nobody think about me for
yeah, that's right. Listen, I've heard it.
Through. So I was
I'm feeling away right now.
I was taking one of my young adults out for her birthday. Some of my members, I said, hey, let's do, a birthday dinner. They don't forget either. They don't, Pastor, you said you were taking me out. So I was taking one out last night, and we had reservations. It was a restaurant at the mall. So I said, well, let's just walk around in the mall and wait. Man, I went into Macy's, and I don't shop Macy's because it's too much for my pocket. But it's a place, guys, that's called Backstage in Macy's. Man, I went to Backstage, not brand new clothes, really nice. I bought like a real nice cream coat with this soft fur. $59. I'm talking about treat myself, guys.
Okay.
And this nice sweater, coat. That was $49. I said, what? Where am I? Right?
Like, I want to roll.
This little sweater. That was all from my new money, right? But it was so nice, man. I was eating dinner just.
See, I love that. It's okay to treat yourself. It's okay to do things that make you feel good too.
Yep. And I'm not one that shops a lot. I mean, I shop when I have a need, but when I shop, it can be like hundreds of dollars. I'm not going to do it again for a couple of years or something like that. I'm not.
And don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty for buying, for doing for you. It's not necessarily buying, but don't feel guilty for doing.
You. Yeah.
God brought me to this cold Pennsylvania, so it was for me. I bought 2 long coats.
Blame God. You said, God, in your ministry.
I'm trying to live.
I was in Virginia, and you moved me out to this cold spot.
I love that. Thanks for saying that. And too, even if it's not finances, even if you're not blessed to have a large amount in your pocket to be able to buy something, learn how to just speak kindly to yourself. Learn how to say positive things, especially on tough days. One of my favorite songs is Sometimes You Have to Encourage Yourself.
And what I learned to do too, Tosh, when I get paid, I treat myself somewhere. Not anything big like Impossible Whopper meal, right?
Yeah.
I've gotten paid. I don't eat out a lot, but I'm gonna treat myself to a little. That I always do it for myself, right?
Yeah.
Want something, and so if we can find out, because you want to have balance, you don't want to just spend, you
Right.
know, without control, but just to give yourself a little something that makes
Little
you feel
boost. I love that. I love that. Great,
That's
great,
right.
guy.
I really mean that. No, I really mean that. We sometimes, you know, my mother, I don't know whether it's the flu or what, you know, I did COVID test, everything is fine, but God bless me, I don't get sick. I, God I look at that as a big blessing that I just don't get sick. Some
Mhm.
people have colds all the time. Some people, I don't. Mine is like every 3-4 years that it comes around. And I could not go to church this Sabbath pass. And I felt guilty. Like, what am I doing at home? You know, I need to get out there. And you really have to do yourself a favor.
Mm.
Say no, stay home.
Listen to your body. Yeah.
Yep. Because the truth is that I'm sick because my body is telling me something.
Exactly.
So you just got to listen to it. Marlena, when you have to go ahead and get something for you, go get something for you. Amy, go ahead back to the Cayman Islands, get whatever you need and come back.
Why you gotta go back there to get it?
You can't get it in space.
It's hard to go to that.
I thought he was gonna stop there.
all,
Jeez.
exactly. all that stuff that they're collecting for Ghana and whatever. Take two or three coats out of there for yourself.
Oh no way! For the record, I will not be doing that. Let's strike that.
Let's
We
not do
promote
that.
stealing and taking door gifts.
Yep.
Oh my goodness!
I do
Yeah.
think sometimes it's important to just sit and be still, you know, like just
That's a great gift for yourself.
yeah, just there's so much things happening, especially on Christmas, you know. You can get stressed out during Christmas.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
Like
You need to
really stressed
recharge.
out.
Yeah.
Like what am I getting for my family, you know, like where flying, whatever it is, you know, it can get really stressful. So just take
A
some
lot of moving
time
parts.
to just stop, recharge, and you know, just be alone with yourself, you know.
Mhm.
So
And that's when you lose focus of what these times are all about.
Right.
It's about being together. I've always loved that my family, we don't have any big Pollyannas, $100, you know, you got to spend, you know, we don't do stuff like that. You know, we really give, you know, according to what we need, or you see something that's pretty. And so my family member would love that. And it's never a big issue. And I
No
love
pressure.
that because we just don't get stressed out about the holidays. We love it. Just love the fellowship of being together. And I think that's what we have to always remember. If you don't have any money, you just don't have any money to give anything. There's no,
It's okay.
no requirement of anyone. It's just us really being together. And I think the more we focus on that, then we'll feel free. Like
I know what he's doing.
are you sending some money to all of us? Is that
No,
what
I'm
he's
You know, guys, I was so caught up in our conversation. I missed all of our comments over here, so I do want to share some of them. Yeah, don't overlook the trash man. Yeah, some of them go on strike. Oh, this is a good one. Reach out to the seniors in your neighborhood.
Yeah, that is good.
Provide a basket.
Holiday basket. That's nice.
That's really nice. And someone said here, no, and I thought about this. That's always been my hesitancy. No cookies, please. Too many cookies, chocolates, candies. It makes us gain weight. I always use the excuse, but it's just for the holidays, you know.
Yeah.
Cookies. They love
No, treat yourself. We just talked about that. Treat yourself. It's the holiday.
Rhonda says she used to love working in rehab. Yeah. And then
yes.
Shared with us that the suicide rate goes up during the holidays.
That's
so
right.
little gestures really, and that's right. And that's one of the reasons why we prioritize a show like this one, because the more people we can have doing these acts of kindness and showing people that they're seen and they're cared about, we're hoping that we can kind of help change that trajectory in some way. So thank you for sharing that. And I know we have to close. I did say I was going to mention some organizations for those who are looking for an organization, maybe to just donate to. We have Toys for Tots. Any of these, if you just Google the organization, their websites will come right up. Toys for Tots, Make-A-Wish Foundation, Feeding America, Christmas Spirit Foundation, and this one was one I had never heard of. They're ones that deliver trees to veteran, like people, and not veterans, but Was it veterans? Well, they deliver it to people who are stationed in different places so that they can have Christmas wherever they
wow.
are.
Wow.
And so I thought that was nice. And we have House of Ruth, which is one of the places that
Yeah.
we were able to donate to. There's Feeding America, Angel Tree, Operation Christmas Child. Is that the one, Amy? Operation Christmas
So
Child?
yeah,
That was the one with the shoebox, right?
yeah,
There's Meals on Wheels, because we talk about people, you know, not
yeah.
being, you know, the Ronald McDonald House, the Salvation Army. And I know that we see those St. Jude
Commercials, yeah.
commercials a lot. So that's definitely an organization that's been around for a while and still can use help. One Simple Wish, Covenant House. We'll just kind of run through them quickly. But yeah, those are some suggestions. And what I'll try to do is just put a list in the comments after we go off air for those who are just looking for organizations. And if any of you have some, please put it in the chat as well. Yes.
I want us to be very mindful that there are people who sit in our congregations who don't have much.
That's right.
If we could just choose one of the families in our churches to bless, especially if you have so many single parents with children, bless the children with something. I mean, that, and that's doing something very close. And all those organizations do need help, but there are people sitting right under you. So be very mindful of that. And you can do it in a way where people won't feel, you know, I don't know, embarrassed or shamed or something, but just, you know, say, hey, I wanted to give the kids something, you know.
Right.
I mean, that goes a long
That's a
way.
good
So I
one.
just want to share that because I know we're many churches represented on this
That's
line.
right.
And what if we could bless at least one family in our church? That would change a lot.
Very good. A lot of people have mentioned Angel Tree as a place that they support, and Ms. Van Putten had a great suggestion that the post office gets lots of letters to Santa as well, and you know, you fulfill the wishes and let them know that God provides. No, it's fine.
It's not Santa Claus. It was Jesus.
And Adra, you know, they probably, you know, they're always taking donations, so I'm sure that's not. But some of those other organizations have special projects specifically for Christmas, but I'm sure all organizations have a campaign for Christmas at that point. So that's a good suggestion. Christmas celebration for our church neighbors. Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
So have something and say, hey, we want to celebrate you, maybe God's. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's one way to engage them.
You could also go caroling.
Oh yeah, I love caroling. Do people do that anymore?
I actually saw it when I went to that garden. What's it called?
Longwood Garden?
Longwood Garden. Yeah, they do caroling there.
Oh, but like in the streets, like in neighborhoods.
Well, not in the
I remember we used to do it as children and we loved it. Like our children's choir used to do that. But now people are like, cut out that noise. Get out. So
stop that racket.
Exactly. Yeah.
Trying to sleep.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, definitely make sure that you look at how much of what you're donating goes to the organizations. A lot of them do take more than 50% of the donation. We know there's some operating costs, but I think 50% is a little steep. But
that is a little much.
But a lot of people do like the tax write-offs and things like that for donating to organizations. So I just wanted to share a few. All right, guys, thank you so much for highlighting. I think throughout our discussion here, we've shown why giving gifts is really a gift for you. And we hope that it encourages you or give you some ideas about ways that you can give back this season and throughout the year. A lot of these things we recognize are just Christian behavior. Being nice to people, you know, offering to help someone in need, you know, thinking of others and sending them a message. So these are some of the ways that you can give back during the season. Some of them don't even require money. And so we're encouraging that we model this in our various spaces and places. All right. All right. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we went a little over today, but that's all right.
As we normally do.
I know, right? I should stop saying that at this point, right?
Right.
But we are inviting you to come back next week. We're going to be talking about all things Christmas. We love the Christmas season, and we're going to be talking about everything from baby Jesus to our favorite Christmas movies to we're talking about all things Christmas traditions. Even talking about the sad seasonal affective disorder and the reality that many are facing. So come back with us next week and join us for and this will be our last live show of 2025. I mean 2024.
You're already starting the year.
I know, right? My mind's already in 2025, y'all. But we will have the best of UpSet for our last podcast of 2024. So you don't want to miss that. So you can reflect on the last several weeks that you've been with us every Sunday and see some of those highlights. So, all right. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Good night to all of you.
Bye. Blessed week, everyone.
Be blessed. Have a great week.
Because if
Happy holidays.
Come back.
We
Same
should do
time,
a
same
little
place.
song. I'm just kidding. To end it.
Because if
It's Sunday.
You know what, guys? I have to do this. And I know it's already time to go. But we're talking about giving gifts. And this is a gift that you could gift someone in your church, particularly your communication department, if someone is interested in just getting some rejuvenation, but also learning how to be more effective in their ministry. And with that, I'll just share this. You guys ready? Guess what? In 2025, AEC's Communication Conference, CamCon, is celebrating 10 years. That's right, 10 years of connecting and ministering with communication and media. And we thought, what better way to celebrate this milestone than a CamCon cruise? That's right, July 27th through August the 3rd, we are taking CamCon to the Ocean Royal Caribbean cruise. You want to join us? We're going from Florida to the Bahamas to St. Thomas and then to St. Kitts and Nevis. You don't want to miss this experience. And guess what? You don't have to be part of the communication ministry at your church to join us. Everyone is welcome, and bring your family and friends as well. And we have monthly payments. You can start now planning for 2025, where we'll be celebrating together what God has done through our communication and media ministry. Come on, you don't want to miss it. Check out the information on our website. We'll see you there. So this tells you how long I've
got my room. I love it.
Marlene's booked. We're booked. We're ready to go. I said I cannot go one more week. I don't want you guys to know how long that commercial has been over there, because we've had like 4 more since then. But I am not doing a good job of promoting this on all platforms. So I said I will not let another week go by. So yes, please join us if you're looking for an experience of learning and also celebrating and relaxing and self-care.
10 years.
10
years. Yeah, 10 years.
Let me tell you how I remember this. We used to have youth retreats on that same weekend.
Right. Yeah. In April.
In April. And I guess we just stopped having youth, whatever it was. And then CamCon happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kept going every year.
Yep.
I think that's when my friendship fell out with Natasha. I wanted my weekend back.
Sorry, you snooze, you lose. No.
Can you imagine 10 years since then? I remember
10 years. I can't believe it.
I remember the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Doing a great job, Natasha. Doing a great job.
Yep, it taught me a lot.
So come and join us. All right, guys. Well,
no more commercials.
Exactly. It's time to go. It's time to go. The last thing you'll see. But I do want to say, for the holiday season, our gift to all of our UpSet friends is that it's free shipping on any of our UpSets.
Okay.
So if you know someone who will appreciate the gift of UpSet, you'll see what we have to offer as we close out. And if you just go to our website, visit ac.org/UpSet, you can place your order and it will be shipped for free.
Wow.
All right. So check it out. Give someone the gift of UpSet.
So
you as well. You're also eligible. No. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. All right, guys. Have a great week. Don't forget,
everyone. Bye-bye.
Celebrate the gift of giving. Take care.